How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my single player world. It's about time I can get back here. Um, if any of you guys are using my mod pack or you're using Forge multi-part and don't already know it, there is a issue with the newest Gregtech and Forge multi-part. There is an updated fork of Forge multi-part on the forums that will get you to be able to use them together. And I spent about the whole weekend trying to get on here with no avail until I found that file on the forum. Now, this is going to be basically a test video and an update video. Because I don't have Rotary Craft in my server world, we don't have it on the server. I'm going to show the Rotary Craft stuff that was added here, the compatibility stuff. Let me, no, not open a LAN, Goofy. Get rid of this sound real quick, since these machines are really loud. I have updated to version 12E now, and this does not work. I don't understand why. It says it needs to be at least, I think it said 512 in the book speed, and I've got this set to, oh, wait a minute, it's set back to torque. I had it set at speed. That'd be a good reason why it ain't working. But I still don't think it, oh, actually it is working now. Okay, it switched on me. Apparently y'all are just really good lucks, because I swear I had this set on speed and it wasn't working, but now it is, so that's good. But I found out something that personally I think is kind of dumb design. And Reiki may tell me otherwise, or however you pronounce his name, but this thing can do a 3x3 of harvest, but it can only move the seeds that are directly in front of it. If it can blow the frickin' plants down, why can it not blow the seeds? Does not make sense to me. Because I couldn't understand why I kept having seeds just laying out here. So doing this the way I have it set up here is actually worthless, because everything in these two rows will pretty much just lay there unless they get blown over in front of one of the other ones. And apparently this one is not fast enough, strong enough to get these last two rows here, which isn't a big deal. Doesn't bother me a bit. But I changed my wall out, and I had to add this glass tunnel because they were getting caught when they come out. Sometimes they wouldn't be in the water, they just blow straight through the tunnel and they get stuck up on the side. So I added this glass tunnel so I could still see them moving, because I think it's cool, but they would still get in the water stream and not be catching up on the sides. I tried putting a wall in here instead of the blocks for the backstop, and that doesn't work, because then they get caught on that little lip that's right here that you can stand on. So I had to go back to blocks, but now it's an actual block wall instead of wood, and I think that looks better. I know some people probably think I'm dumb or lazy or increative, or I guess it's not increative, um, and able to have creativity, because I use stone for all my buildings, or cobblestone or stone brick. But hey, when you mine as much stone as I do, you might as well use the shed. So why not? And now that I've actually gotten to the area where um, underground biomes has started spawning, now I will have other colors that I can mess with my stone eventually. All right, you need to shut off. Need to turn that back on. Trying to get my chalk copyright all taken care of here, and I have really gotten a lot of it taken care of. But apparently I am in need of some more charcoal in here. So let's give it another 32. And there we go. Also started getting some fluorine. So I put in barrels for them up here. Now, for the things that were added for Rotary Craft. Iron scrap can now be put into the crucible. It now has a melting and boiling point. So does just about every one of the Rotary Craft and Electrocraft, it looks like, components. HSLA steel can. The dynamometer even can. Apparently the stone shafts cannot. I'm not sure why, but it's stone. Who really cares? Belch you even can. Cooling fins, I'm guessing, is because there's two different ways of making them. You can either make them with iron or you can make them with tin. Tin and copper, if I remember correctly. And because they're probably registered as the same cooling fan, there's no way to know which way you created it, so therefore there's no way to distinguish which material to give you back, so it could be used one way or another as an exploit. There are, let's bring up Rotary Craft here in NEI, and you can see that just about everything will have a melting point on it, so you can do it that way. Apparently he has even added his own version of anthracite now, which he has coming from purified anthracite ore. I'm not sure if he's actually going to add that to the world or not, but you can now add it in by putting the 0874 in your world gen and actually generate this stuff. Along with those changes, there are also new crucibles that I forgot to mention. One or two that I know of that are related to Rotary Craft, and that is the HSLA steel, which has the exact same properties. Oh, I thought he was giving it the exact same properties. He didn't. See, I thought he was giving it the exact same as steel, and it didn't. It's a little lower. That's interesting. I swore he said it was going to have the same property. But now there's an HLSA steel crucible. You can now make base panels with a plate. They are interchangeable, and they default to the base panel if you have Rotary Craft. That way you can use them in Rotary Craft recipes, because Rotary Craft does not use this or dictionary thing. So if you tried to make them and it defaulted to the Gregtech plate, it wouldn't work. There is also a Bedrock HSLA alloy crucible now, which will go up to 5,000K. It can catch, I guess that's all of them have that. So that's nice. That's one that'll actually get you to this one almost. Might want to talk, because we were trying to figure out what would get you to this adamantium one if you have adamantium. And this one will get you really, really freaking close, within 400 degrees. So we still need something to bridge that little gap there. Now, the other one that was added is this niobium titanium, which I suggested to him, which melts at 2345, boils at 4288. So it will work up to 2931, which means that you can make this one and bypass and not have to make an iridium one. Now, I don't remember ever seeing this one before. If I did, I'm completely tarded, I guess, because this one is just niobium, which means that this one would be able to work in the place of this one. So I have no idea why in the world I missed that, unless, where is the vanadium is 2728, and this one will do, that's why I might have missed it, because, or I might not have missed it. This one melts at 2750, where this one will melt down at 2728, so you couldn't make this one without doing the iridium first. So now you can do this one, which can be done in a vanadium. 2728 is what it will go to, and this one, wait a minute, that's 23. Yeah, that works. So you can use this one now to either get to a regular niobium, or you can go to molybdenium with this one as well. So you can not have to make the iridium if you don't want to. So you don't have a gate there anymore, which is the whole reason why there are so many options of crucibles, is so you have options of what way you don't have a certain material for a certain tier. So I really am glad that he worked out a way to fix that. And this is kind of going to be a spoiler, but I would like to apologize now for anybody that has one of these platinum lighters, because there is now going to be a text coming next month that calls it a shiny lighter, because I was trying to give Greg a hard time about it being TE's color for platinum, because that's too daggone blue for platinum. And I mistakenly said, next thing you know, you're going to call it a shiny lighter instead of a platinum lighter. And apparently he's decided that that works, and he's going to change that. So my apologies now if your lighter's name changes to shiny rather than platinum, or if it has a flavor text on it that says that. Another change that I did not know about when I did the update video was that now we have these coming out when you hand wash rather than tiny dust. You get these, oh, excuse me, tiny purifieds, which if you look at them, work just like any other tiny. You get a purified pile out of them. You can macerate them into a dust, which you should be able to shred the tinies as well into dust, which you can. You can compress them into, you can even thermocentrifuge them by 9 if you want. Now, I have to ask Greg about this. Why does he not have the by 9 in the shredder to give you this recipe? Because he was actually asking if that was something in the macerator. So apparently they haven't added that into the macerator of IC2. So therefore he hasn't added it into the shredder, but I figured he would. But you now get them. Now the only issue with that is you can't now just take your tiny piles of dust and stick them in the dustbin funnel aerator here. You have to actually go to a crafting table or put them in a compressor to get them to the big size before you shred them. And if you shred them as they are, they lose the purified tag on them, so you would actually lose the extra thing you can get out of them, so you really wouldn't want to do that. Along with this being a update video, like I said, it's also a test. I am trying a new setup for my recording that should make the quality better. So let me know if you see any difference in the quality, positive or negative. I don't care which you see. Any feedback is good feedback because it'll tell me if what I'm doing is helping or not, because this is probably going to take a lot longer to update or upload than what it did before because of the change that I did. So if it isn't a significant change, if you guys don't see a quality difference, then I probably will not keep it this way. I'll go back the other way. But if you guys can see a quality difference in it, then I will keep it the way I have it. Another change that I made for right now is I had to put something in here before my motor because I changed this wire out to the Gregtech wire and it was overloading this sifter. So now that I've done that, it doesn't overload it. It transforms it down to the 32 that it needs to make my sifter actually run. So up until then, I couldn't actually use my sifter. Now I can. So that's the other change that I've done. I'm going to cut this video a little bit short tonight. I guess it's not really that short. It's 19 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. And because I don't know how long it's going to take to upload. And I will talk to you guys later. If you notice in the change log, this piss yellow is going to go away. It's not going to be the color it was, but it ain't going to be this piss yellow. So hopefully we get something a little closer to orange. And on that note, I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.